Hey Larry, in this video I'm going to be going over what we talked about in our first lesson about transitioning from G to C and exactly where you should be putting your fingers and how to make those transitions as easy as possible. So first off, also just kind of a side note, I'm recording on my iPhone here, so I'm going to try and get the best angles as I possibly can for you. I will grab the camera and give you a different view here, but first off, just to once more go over what we covered. Instead of playing G your regular way with these three fingers, you're going to be playing it with your pinky on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and then these two fingers, so they'd be like your 4, 3, 2, or 2, 3, 4. And so you got your pinky, ring finger, and your middle finger, and just also to ensure you're getting perfect note clarity. That, like I've mentioned before, that's really key to playing chords and playing some good music. Notice that when you got your pinky, ring finger, and middle finger here, this finger's floating out here, and that is the main reason why we're playing it this way. So when I'm playing a C, all I have to do is lift this pinky up a little bit, move these fingers down one string, and plant this right on the 1st fret. This is going to be your pointer finger on the 1st fret of that 5th string. And so when you're looking at your transition, like if you were to look at it from an observer's perspective, there's very little movement involved. Dropping the pinky, raising the fingers. Raising the pinky, dropping the pointer finger. Dropping the pinky, raising your 2 fingers of a string. Raising the pinky, dropping your pointer finger, and lowering these down. Alright, I'm going to grab the camera here and I'm going to give you a different angle because you were kind of struggling. You had mentioned that you have shorter fingers than I do per se, but and so I just want to give you a good view of kind of like the angle of my fingers here. Right now this is actually pretty lazy. See, you can even see like the fat of my fingers almost touching the string. That's what you want to avoid, is the fat of your fingers touching the string that's lower. You can, if you look at my pinky, it's practically vertical on that string. So that's another thing we talked about, is maybe working on the pinky muscle a little bit and getting it so you can kind of plant it right vertically instead of having it curve a little bit. When I kind of mess with my fingerings here, if I raise this up and you look at my middle finger, that is almost identical to the pinky as far as it being vertically planted on that string, and that's really what you're aiming for. Obviously it's a little bit harder to get this this ring finger because you're covering the gap from your pinky to you're covering from the 6th string to the 1st string. But you really just want to make that as vertical as possible, and if anything, you can even like bump it up a little bit. I don't advise it; it's not the best technique, but if you're really struggling with it, bump it up so that you're fretting the note with the fat of your finger, and that might clear up some issues. But if not, work on trying to get the very tip of your finger on that string and get it almost vertical. And what I do. What I like to do, like if I'm playing really lazily, I'll have my hand back here, and I can still get some pretty decent note clarity. But to emphasize like the arc, I'll move this hand up, and that can really help you get that arc on your fretboard. I'm gonna see if it makes any difference coming from this angle. There's the 5th. No, okay. So yeah. Just to give you kind of a video tutorial here, pinky and ring finger, middle finger, lift the pinky, drop these fingers, drop this finger, and see my pinky still floating, drop the pinky, lift this finger, lift your pointer, and move these guys up. And really what you're looking for is, it's all about saving energy and using as the least movement as possible. And as you get better with your note clarity, if you find that you're strumming these chords, I mean, you're going to start slower, but if you find that you're strumming these chords and the notes are clear, speed it up a little bit, challenge yourself. It's all about pushing yourself and you know, seeing what you can do. And like a lot of guitarists, a lot of musicians, they challenge themselves, but they don't challenge themselves in the right ways, and that can almost be kind of destructive in learning or excelling in their playing ability. So you got to make sure that you're challenging yourself in the right ways, so you don't get sloppy or you don't get careless. So it's all about honing your muscle memory, and really kind of nailing these chords down in your head. One thing that might help you as far as remembering the chords, like what they're called, is say them when you play them. G, C, G, C. Now, I mean, G and C are pretty easy to remember, but once you start incorporating more of the chords, say like once you get like 10 or so chords, it'll start to get a little bit harder to memorize those, and you really kind of want to work on that. You should be able to, whenever you're satisfied with your playing ability, you should be able to name any chord that you're playing the second you put those fingers on the fretboard. And that will benefit you greatly, just in your mind and knowing what you're doing. It especially helps when you're incorporating reading music that have those chord names on the papers. It'll just help you transition that much quicker when playing songs like that. So this video is getting a little bit long. I'm going to end it here, but I hope that kind of went over what we talked about, and you know, kind of gave it a little bit more detail, and really the only purpose to making these videos is so you can watch these and kind of go over some things that we went over in our lessons. So I think that achieved its purpose. If not, if you got any questions or you know, comments or anything regarding what I just went over, feel free to comment in the comment box below the video, or hey, just call me. I might not answer depending on what I'm doing, but chances are I got your number saved in my phone, I'll answer. So yeah, I will talk to you later. See you on Wednesday, and hope you enjoyed this video. See ya.